everybody. You know, yesterday I did the video outside where I basically asked the question in the title of Penders and Flynn not to blame. Well, surprisingly, within the same day, someone that's been very vocal about this whole situation, and don't say me, it's not me, I'm just the messenger, if you will, was someone that's been very vocal about a lot of things throughout this entire year-and-a-half arc, if you will. Had something to share yesterday on the DA site, if you will. Apparently, according to a source that they're in contact with, there is no traitor whatsoever. Yeah. The person known here on YouTube as Jonathan83X, known on DA as Sonic Satayam X93, and known elsewhere as LaserX5, apparently reported, or shared, if you will, the fact that according to an anonymous source, or some kind of source that they have contact with, there is no traitor whatsoever. That this whole entire Silver looking for the traitor storyline has been for naught. And if you don't believe me, let me read it to you myself, if I can pop it up here. To you myself. Almost there. Here it is. I think this is it. Yeah. It's at the AAS site, if you will. It's right here. The link will be provided below. I know nobody's going to like to click on that, and I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you're just favoring, showing you're against Ian, blah, blah, blah. Think what you want, people. Again, I'm just a messenger. That's where I've been for the past year and a half. But apparently this is what he said. And if I can get it unzoomed, there we go. He says, by now, and he posted this about 18 hours ago, 18 hours, 40 minutes ago. And this is what he said, and I quote, by now, none of us shouldn't be surprised by this, but might as well share it. After getting word from a source whose name I'll keep anonymous, it turns out in issue 247's preview, exactly what I was talking about. Exactly, well, I didn't mention it yet, but kind of get the idea. It turns out, in issue 247's preview, that Silver's traitor is, are you ready for this? And again, this is quoting Sonic Satayam X93, Jonathan83X here on YouTube, and LaserX5. Nobody. That's right. This is what they're saying. This is what, this is what they're talking about. Here's what they said. That's right. Nobody. In other words, all these years of Ian building up drama of a possible traitor within the Freedom Fighters was done for absolutely, positively no valid reason. Just more of Flynn's nonsensical writing, playing pointless mind games with his readers. And what makes this even stupider is the fact this whole Mirage Traitor plot is in a sense a carbon copy of Silver's story from Sonic 06. Yeah, the same game that most, if not all, Sonic fans have deemed the worst Sonic game of the modern era. Well, you might find some fans here and there. You know, I seriously have to wonder, when are the comic fans going to finally get fed up with the circus act and demand a new head writer? All this build-up for what? We have been subjugated to a story with so much turmoil and conflict, and most of it has been solved anticlimactically, basically getting our emotions worked up just for the heck of it. Yeah, congrats, Flynn. When the story's finally finished, you're definitely going to be remembered for it, but not in the way you had hoped. That's basically his reaction to the revelation, as he says, just by looking at the previews, that there is no traitor. Now, one person did, a lot of people that have commented after him, kind of in agreement with him, but one person has said, yeah, that doesn't make any sense, but, well, one person does agree, I should say, but they also said there might be more that we're not seeing. You see what I'm saying? Basically, there might be more that we're not seeing. Now, the preview pages that he's talking about were shown along with the preview covers for Free Comic Day, basically the prelude covers to the crossover. And a lot of people are wondering, basically, what this whole situation is about. What does he mean by traitor? And what do preview pages have to do with it? Well, basically because of the fact that the crossover is upcoming in a few months, if not within a month or so, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but basically Archie Comics released some line sketches, or line arts, if you will, line drafts, if you will, the comic pages. And in one of the scenes, Silver and Sonic are talking, and basically, obviously, Silver's already told them and shown them exactly who's drawn out by Harvey Hugh as to being the traitor. Now, when you look at this panel, apparently they get into an argument, and Sonic basically says, hey, that's your assumption. That's your assumption that it's the traitor. Basically saying Sally can't be the traitor. That's your assumption. But then Silver argues and says, no, it's not mine, it's history's. History is assuming Sally betrayed you guys. History has, basically what he's saying in those little words, and again, you can look it up yourself. Go to Sonic Satayam forums and you'll see what I mean right off the bat. Or SonicSatayam.com, you'll see what I'm saying right off the bat. But basically what he's saying there is, it's history's assumption. In other words, he's saying, hey, basically the historians, those that put these history books together, the historians, back throughout time, leading up to my time, which was destroyed, they're saying Sally betrayed you guys. They're saying that that's the reason a lot of things happened in my timeline. They're not saying that Sally was roboticized and weaponized, if you will, by Eggman, and thus not in control of her actions. All they know is she betrayed. All they know, and assume, is she betrayed you guys. They don't say anything else. That's basically what you get when you look at this panel, that Silver's saying it's history's assumption. It's history's assumption. So, yeah, apparently that's what it is. It's history's assumption. Now, could one person talking to Jonathan 83X be right about one thing when they commented? They said basically there might be more to it than we're not seeing. And that might be true. You see, all we got was a few preview pages, but it doesn't mean that's telling us the whole story. Now, of course, obviously, when we get to 247 and such, and even the crossover, we'll pretty much find out. I'm pretty sure that Team Fighters, if you will pretty much find out that Silver and Shard are kind of like on the same page, and they're going to find out that there's been a secret Freedom Fighters group fighting Nagas in their place. And they're going to probably find out Harvey Hugh was kind of part of it. So, but, you know, it's not a surprise. But, I don't think anybody should be surprised by Jonathan or Lasers, whatever you want to call him. You shouldn't be surprised by his or anybody else's actions to this. You know, and again, we don't know the entire story. You know, we don't know, what's really going on. I mean, all we see is preview pages. So, Jonathan, as a friend, I do recommend, as a friend, just giving you advice, don't assume that there might not be anything to this. There might be more than we, kind of catch on, if you know what I mean. But, I can understand where you're coming from, and I'm sure anybody that's against you and against other people would probably agree in some ways, whether they like to agree or not, or even kind of agree, or kind of see where you're coming from with the fact that we've been built up this whole time and we have no traitor because there has been no traitor. Or whatever. Now I know people like Emil and Digimon 11, they're going to defend this, and you guys are probably right about that. And you know what, Emil, Ezekiel 3000, Digimon 11, you know what? You guys have all the right to defend this, okay? Because when you look at the previews that I mentioned, you'll say, well, Silver didn't know. Silver didn't know, or I know you guys are going to come out and say, look, it makes sense, because even in real life, history sometimes gets messed up. In our real life, histories had to have been rewritten because originally we thought the historians thought something else, and it was later discovered to be different, something entirely different. And that's exactly, I'm pretty sure, you guys are going to look at. You're going to say, look, what Silver's saying is that, because just like I said, and you guys are going to agree with this, the historians in the storyline leading up to Silver's timeline pretty much assumed Sally betrayed them, but they had no real evidence as to why, or how it happened, or why she even did it. So, I know you guys out there are going to defend that fact. And you guys are completely in the right to say that, but what I'm being the messenger of here is I'm letting you know that there are going to be some out there that will be against you, just like you'll be against them, opinion against opinion, that will say, look, just because there is no traitor doesn't mean we're not going to probably hopefully get a logical explanation as to why, and it seems we might. But we just have to wait and see. But anyway, that's what Laser X5, Jonathan83X here on YouTube, and Sonic SatAM X93 basically feels about this. As well as the fact that they're not too happy with the fact that one of the worst games, as they put it, Sonic 06, was used as the catalyst, if you will. That the story arc in there was used as the catalyst to be, was basically the catalyst, was basically the one adapted for this entire situation. So, let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree with Laser X5 or Jonathan83X? Let me know what you guys think. I'll provide a link down below for you guys to read it yourself. And let me know what you guys think. And that's all I'm going to say. And peace out. God bless.